Hello, everybody. Kyle here. Today I will be reviewing the new Black Series Mandalorian and Grogu movie Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper figure. I was very excited for this figure when they announced him because I really love the idea of them including a mainline wave. Well, them including a Stormtrooper in a mainline wave for a movie, because usually when it comes to whether it was Rogue One or Solo, the movies that had like the regular Imperial Stormtroopers in them didn't include the Stormtrooper Black Series figures in mainline waves. They would always have, the variants, the Scarif troopers, the tank troopers, the Mimbon troopers, but like a traditional, just plain regular stormtrooper, we never got in those movie waves. Now, when we had the sequel trilogy and we had Force Awakens and everything, we got First Order stormtroopers, but still, like, when it comes to just an Imperial stormtrooper in like the Imperial era, like, I love getting one in a movie wave and at the beginning of the movie wave too, because this is essentially wave one. But this figure is fantastic. I honestly, this might be one of my favorite figures of the year, if the year can get any better than this, which it might. But still, like, even though this is really just, a repaint, what I love about this figure is that he has, I don't know if you can see, but like, he has like weathering all over, which really comes across fantastic, because a lot of these stormtroopers, they range from, okay, what like shade of white do you want on the figure? But for this one, they were like, okay, let's dirty him up a bit. And it has, obviously a few differences. I will compare with some of the other stormtroopers um, that have been made recently. But I think overall, the weathering, the paint apps are terrific on this guy. And it really makes it look like he leapt off of the screen. So I think the Black Series team did a great job. And I also think like what's really good about this figure too is that it allows for so much more army building than like even just giving us a standard trooper, because like not only do you get this figure, but he comes with a pauldron. He comes with this like pouch, and these are all interchangeable. So you can get, I mean, this figure alone, there are 4 different ways you can accessorize this figure, which is incredible, because if you just get a regular stormtrooper without these accessories, you're talking about probably, you know, just, I mean, you're just dealing with one stormtrooper. But with here, you get a lot more accessories, and it allows for more army building. Um, One gripe I kind of have is that I wish the head was not as hard to remove as it is, because obviously when you have multiple accessories, you're going to want to change the head and change the accessories multiple times. But with this head, it's a bit tough to pop off. And there we go. It's not like the old stormtroopers. That's the one thing I don't really care for when it comes to a lot of like Black Series today compared to the original, orange line, is that those heads were very easy to remove. They were heads that I think were better designed, where now the heads are so stuck on to the bodies that it is a bit harder to remove. And I'm like I mean, I can't imagine a child doing this. Like there's no way a child would be able to pop this off. But like an adult having difficulty with this is still kind of frustrating. So just to give you an idea, actually let me remove the blaster. Just pop it off, and then like you can put the the pouch on here. Actually, I don't want to do that right now, but the pouch can come on there. And I just want to leave him as just a regular stormtrooper for now. And like here, this is when you can see it's got to put some force into it. Then you got to wait for the, let me see this. There, you got to wait for that click. Man. Again, wish it wasn't that difficult to pop it on and off with. But, I mean, what can you do? Now here he is. Just the regular Stormy right here. Now, the head sculpt, maybe if anyone can correct me in the comments, I believe this might be the head sculpt that the Jedha Stormtrooper had. Because the one that was the technical, like, the body of this Stormtrooper is from the 2020 Mandalorian Stormtrooper body. But the head sculpt for that is different. And I will give you a comparison of this is the 2020 Stormtrooper. And this is the new one. And you can tell the head sculpt is different. But I don't know if it is all that different from the Jedha Stormtrooper head sculpt or helmet sculpt. So I don't know. You'll have to correct me in the comments if you can figure it out. But I prefer this head sculpt over the 2021. I'm not a big fan of the 2020 head sculpt. It just looks off to me. This one just seems more accurate. Now, obviously, they've actually changed the color of, like, the markings on his helmet, whereas, like, the usual Stormtrooper markings are blue and gray. These are brown. I think mostly all brown. So that's like the one difference. If like you're a real, stickler for, oh, I want my Stormtroopers to look like the ones from the original movie, this one doesn't really look like that. But that's because it's an Imperial Remnant and it's been around for at least like 5 years post the original trilogy after the Empire fell. So he's getting all dirty and grimy. But I mean, the figure itself, as you can see, is just filled with incredible weathering paint apps, and it does. I love that it doesn't look too cartoonish, because it's very easily something that could look cartoonish, but they make it look like not like he's been wearing this for decades, but like it looks like he's been wearing this for quite a while. And I love that even like the thermal detonator they painted. One thing I hope they make this removable one day. Like I always find that kind of odd how they never make it removable. I guess they don't think it would look too nice, but like I really wish it was removable. But I mean, it's all painted. Like, as you can see with the Jeddah one, like this one wasn't painted, but like they have paint apps here. Like they really, for a mainline wave repaint, they did an incredible job, and I'm very impressed with what they did. The blaster's the same as it always is. It's the traditional E11 blaster, and I really can't say much else about it. I mean, there aren't any real like paint details in it, but it is nice to see that they gave him this blaster, because sometimes what I don't like about Stormtrooper figures in the Black Series is they don't. I think a blaster like this should be included with every single Stormtrooper. But like, I remember when I got the Jedi Fallen Order Stormtrooper, it was like a rocket trooper, and it only came with the rocket launcher. And I said to myself, I love the rocket launcher, but I kind of just want a traditional blaster to go with him, so that way he can also stand in as a just a plain stormtrooper. Because to me, like, the way I look at the stormtroopers, they all carry the E11 blasters. That's how we are introduced to them in A New Hope. Like that is like stormtrooper weapon default that you'd get in any like Battlefront game. So I kind of wish that they included this with everyone. So mainline stormtrooper, and you get this E11 blaster. I love it. Trying to figure out if there's anything else to say about this guy. I mean, obviously he has the same articulation as the 2021. He has the butterfly joints, and I really like the butterfly joints on mine. They're really good. He has the same movement in both hands, arms, head. Love the head articulation. Love the waist articulation. Legs. It's all the same, so there's no differences there, but it's still just a great Stormtrooper figure. And the only thing I'll say for like next year, I hope we get a 50th anniversary New Hope wave, and I hope that they include his holster, because that's the one thing we haven't gotten with the Black Series Stormtroopers in the past few years. We got it back in the day with the 2013, 2014 troopers, but we are no longer getting the holsters because they're all like based on the Mandalorian designs. So I just hope that eventually we do get that holster back, and that will probably be, I'm hoping, for next year if we get a 50th anniversary wave. But yeah, like I love this figure. I think that it is such a cool army builder with some really great accessories. I think that he also can fit in any collection. You can put him in an Ahsoka, collection. You can put him in a Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rogue One, original trilogy, like anything, Rebels, any place that needs a stormtrooper in it, you can include them in that display. So I think that is just, it's just awesome. And they also made, Target has an exclusive Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper with like another like leg attachment, and that's also great because, I mean, aside from that leg attachment, it's still like a normal stormtrooper. So I think overall, like, that is a really great way to include these troopers. And then obviously in the next wave or two that they'll make for the Mandalorian Grogu movie, that's when we get more of the more movie-centric characters. But for now, it's a great army builder placeholder. And I think that a lot of people are going to be happy when they get this guy in their hands. So I highly recommend this figure, and let me know what you think. If you also really love this figure too, what other figures you're hoping to see in this line. And thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day, guys.